Introduction. The thunderous voice of Bjorn, whose helmet was adorned with the horns of a wild bull, rang out over the assembled party. The sun broke through the low clouds and glinted on their swords and axes. Warriors of the north, children of Odin, I see before me men whose hands are hardened in battle and whose hearts are hardened in the cold of the seas. But is it not enough for us to wield the sword? Is it enough for us to boast of our past exploits? Our ancestors looked into the eyes of death and did not waver. But did their muscle strength alone help them become heroes? Bjorn paused, and the wind picked up his words, making the banners flutter. Their strength was that it was fueled by strength of spirit. Each of us carries within us a fire that can sizzle an enemy. But that fire, like the fire in the heart, requires tending. If we succumb to laziness and drunkenness, we become like smoldering embers, a paltry semblance of the flame we can carry. Excess weakens the mind and flesh and makes us easy prey for the enemy and our own weakness. A true warrior does not allow himself to become a prisoner of his vices. He subordinates his desires to the force of his will. The chieftain's voice grew stronger. Remember Thor, whose battle cry rattled in battle like the thunder of heaven. But who will remember him now? Fear has ruined him. His courage is gone like the smoke of a fire. We will not follow his miserable path. No, we will follow the way of our great ancestors, the way of self-improvement, the way of the will to win. I do not urge you to give up the pleasures of life, but to master yourselves, to be masters of your desires, not their slaves. For only in this way can we gain true power and earn a place next to the great heroes in Valhalla. The main part, so warriors, I will not shake the air with empty words. This is what we must do to gain the fortitude worthy of a Viking. Bjorn unrolled a leather scroll with runes inscribed on it. First, train your body the same way you train your blade. Every morning, as soon as the sun rises over the mountains, each of you should run until exhaustion, lifting heavy stones that will strengthen your muscles and bones. Wrestle, for it is in fighting that the spirit is hardened, and only then will you realize the true price of victory. Swim in the icy waters of the fjords to strengthen your will and not be afraid of the cold. Learn to wield weapons so that every blow you make is like thunder, and no enemy dares to stand in your way. Secondly, strengthen your mind as you strengthen your shield. We are not just warriors, we are thinking warriors. Meditate in the morning as soon as the sun touches the mountains. Focus on your breathing. Listen to the silence. Learn the runes. Learn the wisdom of your ancestors, for knowledge is also power. Restrain your anger, for anger, a bad counselor. In battle, be cold-blooded as ice, and think before you act, like a fox stalking prey. Calmness and endurance are weapons that can crush any enemy. Third, nourish your body wisely as you plant grain on the ground. Eat meat and fish to satiate your muscles. Drink pure water to make your body as strong as a rock. Moderation in food, but not complete sobriety. Avoid violence. Remember that overeating and drunkenness are the paths that lead to weakness and joylessness. During each month, each of you must prove that he is following this path. Exercise daily and accustom yourselves to order and discipline. He who is lazy will be punished, and his name will be covered with disgrace. But he who is diligent will be rewarded in his glory. I know that this will not be an easy journey. Temptations will come your way, and your own will whisper better words to you. But remember, a true warrior does not give up in the face of hardship. We Vikings fear no one, not even ourselves. We are warriors born for battle and victory, and only by tempering our spirit can we prove it. Bjorn raised his sword above his head. May the power of Odin and Thor be with us on this journey. May our will be steadfast and our spirit unshakable. May our every step bring us closer to Valhalla, where eternal feasts and glory await us. To victory, warriors. Glory, Wani, rang out the Vikings, and the clang of weapons was their answer. That's the story we got. Of course, this is only one of the options, but I hope it is close to what we thought of. What do you think? Anything you'd like to add or change?